Hello, Jamie. I am Matthew. I'm the business manager here. May I join you?
Please.
I have 3 responsibilities here at the dealership. First, to help you with any of your funding needs. Second, to complete and review your paperwork. And third, to get you on the road as quickly as possible. May I begin?
Please.
Perfect. For titling purposes, is this how you would like for your name to appear on the title? Jamie Johnson, Johnsson.
That is correct.
And you're over there on 153 Main Avenue.
That is also correct.
And today, you are taking home the black 2022 Kia Sorento EX. It's only got 12 miles on it. I see here you've got a payoff of $9,597. Did you verify that payoff or did your salesperson?
My salesperson did.
All right. And did you have any service or maintenance contracts to cancel on that trade-in?
Not on this one, no.
Okay. And your insurance company here, JMFE Insurance Company, have you called your agent and made sure that you have full coverage insurance on your new vehicle?
I have, yes.
All right. And what is your insurance deductible?
$500.
$500. And these are the figures that you have agreed to. It shows here your down payment of $3,000, which leaves you with an unpaid balance shown here. Now the next questions I'm going to ask you about are about your credit. Would you feel more comfortable talking here or in my business office?
Here's fine.
Wonderful. Before we review your credit application, did you fill this out or did your salesperson?
I filled it out.
Wonderful. Again, that same customer information. You're working over there at Pinnacle Corporation, been there about 6 years, 3 months as a maintenance tech, making $52,500 a year. Is that before or after taxes?
That's gonna be before.
Before. And did you have any additional income?
No.
Okay. And the next questions I'm going to ask are about your credit history. Before I do, would you say you have good credit, bad credit, somewhere in between?
Somewhere in between.
All right. And what makes you say that?
I got a little behind on some things.
So, I do see a few items on your credit report that the bank may ask me about. I want to make sure I go over that with you just so I have a conversation to have with them. The Toyota Motor Credit, it looks like you were delinquent a few times. Can you describe that to me?
As I said, I just got behind on it. I did try to make efforts to get back in touch with it, so.
And are those accounts current?
They are, yes.
Perfect. Do you have documentation to support that?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. All right. Well, that gets me enough information to get all your paperwork started. Are you familiar with the iPad?
Yes, I am.
All right. So I'm going to have you fill out this brief survey while I step away and do some of your paperwork. It's going to help expedite the process as we move forward. Give me about 10 or 15 minutes here. I'll get your paperwork loaded. Keep it rolling.
Sounds good.
All right. Just excuse me for a second here. All right, Mr. Johnson, I see here that you have been quoted a payment of $488.57. I want you to know you can take delivery of the vehicle today at that payment. These are the figures that you have agreed to, and this is your APR shown here. Now, based on the results of the ownership survey that you filled out on third-party sites like Edmunds.com and buyers with similar buyer habits to you, these are the coverages that best fit your driving. Now, with the driver needs analysis, you get the vehicle service contract. That is for 5 years or 75,000 miles. You told me that you plan to keep your car for 5 years and drive about 15,000 miles a year. This will cover you in the event of any covered part failure. It'll cover parts and labor, and it's got a $0 deductible. The car care maintenance, you told me you plan to service your vehicle here at the dealership. This says that for the next 3 years, the next 35,000 miles, as you pull in, it will take care of your lube oil filter, your 15-point inspection, and your tire rotation. The total loss protection, the gap insurance, saying that in the event of a total loss, that your insurance doesn't pay off the remainder of your value, this may waive up to that difference there. You also told me you had a $500 deductible.
Correct.
This may waive your deductible up to $1,000.
Excellent.
Now, we do of course recommend that you review each of these contracts to see different benefits, advantages, and exclusions.
Okay.
Before I go over the total coverage, did you have any questions about the driver needs analysis?
No.
And these would be your payment options down here.
Okay.
The total coverage has all the same benefits as the driver needs analysis, except it does have an additional coverage that a lot of our buyers do see a benefit in. That's our road hazard, saying that for 5 years, unlimited miles, in the event of a damage to your tire or wheel, they'll go ahead and take care of it. $0 deductible and an unlimited payout. Now, did you have any questions about either of these columns before I ask you to pick a coverage?
No.
All right. And which column works best for you?
You know what? I'm not interested.
I understand. It's hard to justify the cost if you don't see the value in it. Now, to see if there is a value here for you, do you mind if I ask a few more questions?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I understand you've justified a payment, or you've budgeted for a payment of the $488.57. Now, let's say that when outside of your manufacturer warranty, you have an unexpected breakdown. And let's say on the cheap end, say it's $1,000 repair. So you come in that month, you've got $1,000 repair. Or that same month, you have your coverage with the vehicle service contract on it, which we're budgeting for a $500 monthly payment. Now, would you be more comfortable with a payment of the $1,488.57 or that payment of $500 with a $0 deductible?
I understand what you're saying, but I'm still not interested.
I do understand. It is hard to justify the cost without seeing the value. Did the salesperson go over Kia's manufacturer warranty with you?
He did the 10-year unlimited, I believe it is.
Along those lines, that's right. So for 10 years, well, I can't spell here, 10 years or 100,000 miles, you are protected for your powertrain, your engine, your transmission, those internally lubricated parts. Now, Kia does actually have about 3 different parts of their warranty. There's also the 5 years, 60,000 miles that covers all your comprehensive parts. You open up your hood, the kind of things you see under there, your power lift gate, your window switches, all of those bolted on bits and bobs would be for that 5 years and 60,000. Now, for 3 years and 36,000 miles, you're covered for all your technology. Sensors, cameras, Bluetooth, touchscreen, all of those kind of things would be for 3 years, 36. Now, do you know why Kia ends that coverage at 3 years, 36?
No, I don't.
It's because they have realized that the cost for repairs and the likelihood of repairs goes up dramatically after that 3 years and 36,000 miles.
Okay.
Now, you told me you plan to keep your vehicle for about 6 years. Now, if you were given the choice to protect your vehicle for that first 3 years or the second 3 years of your ownership when the costs are more expensive, which of those 2 coverages would you say makes more sense?
Well, obviously the extra 3 years.
Yeah. So what we're offering you is a third option. That's what makes it so for the entirety of 10 years or 100,000 miles, you have that same coverage that would exist for that first 3 years. All of your technology and all that's going to be covered as well. Now, did you want to stick with the 60 months or the 66 months financing?
I'll go with the 66-month financing.
You got it. What I'll have you do is I'll have you circle here and add your full signature. We'll get you on the road.
Perfect.
Thank you. Enjoy your new car.